Hi everyone, it's Danny. Welcome back to another layout for the Cocoa Vanilla Studio design team. Today I am going to be featuring the Midnight Collection. This is today's Throwback Thursday layout. So every so often one of us on the design team will feature an older release so you can get some inspiration and shop your stash. So today I'm going to be using this beautiful background that is part of the Midnight Collection. It is the Sunset Strip 12 by 12 pattern paper, and I have overlaid over the top of it part of a cut file that I actually cut for a different layout, and then when I was looking at my cutting mat at the negative pieces left, they made this beautiful pattern and I could not bear to throw them in the bin, so I carefully moved them over off the cutting mat and onto my background paper and just glued them down in the spot that they cut out. And this is what I ended up with. So it's the perfect background for this sunset photo. I took this up in the mountains of the Sunshine Coast hinterland. Absolutely beautiful sunset photo. So that background paper is just perfect to scrap sunset photos with. I've been hoarding it. I've been hoarding this whole collection, to be honest. I just adore it. It's such a beautiful collection. So I am going to go through now with some splatters. I just want to jazz up this background a little bit because I love the pattern paper background, but that white is very stark. So I just want to tone down the stark whiteness and add a little bit more detail. So I'm using some Distress Oxide inks in chipped sapphire and seedless preserves. And I've actually mixed those two colors together to get a dark bluish purple. And now I'm coming in with the Distress Oxide spray. I'm just using the nozzle to splatter that around, and that is in spun sugar. And then I'm using a gold shimmer mist to add some gold splatters. Now I'm going to start working on my photo. I've added a mat of just plain vellum behind my photo here, just to soften the edges. I already have a lot of white on that cut file background, so I didn't want to use white. Vellum's a nice option for matting your photos when you don't want to use a stark white. Next, I'm going to use this pattern paper, which is the Shine Bright paper. It's a really pretty ombre watercolor pink on one side, and the other side is a really beautiful wood grain. I've got a couple of sheets of this, so it is one of my favorite papers of all time. I love both sides, so I made sure to stock up. It is still in the shop if you want to go check that out. I'll leave the link in the description box to the blog post for this layout and to the Cocoa Vanilla shop as well. So I'm just going to build a little horizontal paper cluster behind my photo here. I just want a spot for my paper or my photo to sit. I kind of call it a natural resting place for my photo, so it doesn't look like it's just floating. So I'm going to add this strip of vellum. I've torn either side or either edge, and I'm just going to use my scissors to stress the edges just to soften them slightly. And then I will add a strip of the wood grain side of that Shine Bright paper as well. And really soft, subtle patterns, nothing too full on just here because my background is quite full on already, which as you'll see is quite good because I don't have to put too much work into the rest of the layout, and I end up with a layout that's very impactful without actually being very much work. It came together really quickly. So I'm going to stick all those pieces down and making sure to line the horizon up on my photo with the spot on that paper where it turns from the dark navy to the light peach. So I'm really helping to create that illusion of the sunset in the background and tying that in with my photo. I'm going to build my title. I pulled out the chipboard pieces, and these two title pieces came right out of the packet and they just fit perfectly in the top and the bottom of my photo there, and they fit the theme of the photo really well as well. So I'm going to just pop the bottom portion of this Moments word up on some single-sided adhesive foam because it is hanging off the edge of my photo and I want everything to sit nice and flat. So that helps keep everything level. Now I'm going through the die cut ephemera, and even though I really did not want to use any of the florals, I want to hoard them forever. I sucked it up and I put two of those beautiful big peonies on there and some of these just delicious little leaves. I love those leaf die cuts, and one tiny little floral in there as well. I'm also adding this little take a note tab, and I will use some of these tiny word stickers as well, just to help supplement my main title there. So I'm going to pop those two together, and then I will pop one below my title here and one just in the top of the beautiful part of the title as well. I've also pulled in this little butterfly off the sticker sheet. I popped it there, but I will move it in a second. There we go. I really like that it's nestling on that flower. That's part of the cut file background. I will come in a minute too and pop some foam behind the wings of that butterfly. That's one of my favorite techniques to do. I like them to look nice and 3D and like they're going to fly off at any moment. At this stage, I will go through and adhere all my little bits of ephemera down as well, even though I don't actually have that many. So I'm just adding a dab of tacky glue at the base of the leaves and the florals and tucking those underneath my photo there. The very last thing I'm going to do is add some enamel dots. These are just from my stash, and I'm going to use some purple ones, some dark navy ones, and some pink ones. I'm just going to do 2 little groups of 3 either side of my photo here, and that will be my layout finished. Thank you so much for joining me today. Close-ups are coming up. Don't forget to check the description box for the links to the blog post and to the Coco Vanilla Studio Facebook group, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys!